All right, another quick vid. We're gonna do the same thing on this Golden Tuna. Horrific action, and it's skipping, which means I'm not getting into the click springs. It is tight, and so maybe the click springs need to be adjusted. Sometimes this is seized, which makes me think the bezel gasket has been dry and probably ripped from various attempts. So I'm not even gonna bother. This is really painful. I am using my nails to turn it, and it is too hard. I'll be right back. Welcome back. We are taking a look at this Golden Tuna from the mid to early 80s. It's got the 84 marker here, so I'm assuming it's a little bit more. But this one, which has been graciously loaned out for review, has an impossibly stuck, aka useless bezel for a dive watch. That's brutal. So what we're gonna do, unlike the last one, I fixed it, but here we're actually gonna do it so everyone can see. So the old Tunas had Phillips screwdrivers instead of the current hex. So you just have to be careful because these strip out. And this is definitely an older one. All right, so we got all the 4 screws. Let's be careful, these are very expensive, put them away. And then just quick wrist check, I am wearing the Golden Tuna that's also been loaned out. Stay tuned for review on both of those. All right, so let's see what do we have under here. Okay, so we've got the original shroud, very hard to find, very expensive. And let's take a look. You can usually see there's a gap in between. And there's most likely, and you can see how it's super tight on the left side, and there's a gap here, which means there's an imbalance in the gasket. Let's gently pry that off. Yep, there you go. The gasket is DOA, and this one has the old style system where it was the ceramic ball, so there's no click spring, it's a ceramic ball. But yeah, this gasket is crispy. So why don't we pause? I'm gonna find a gasket for it and put it in, and you can see actually in there, when it gets super dry, that's what happens. So let's take a break. I'll put in a new gasket and bring it back. All right, guys, struggle is real, but I got the gasket in there. I'm gonna give it a once over quickly with a little bit of silicone grease from the Seiko. Just super lightly, just rub it in there. It's like a little bit of stretching and a lot of patience. Took me about 5 minutes to put this gasket in. Just gonna give it a light dose. Again, you don't want to put too much, it's going to attract, but you want to give the O-ring a chance in there. And let's bring the watch back up. And you should hear it seat. All right, we're back. So just put on the bezel. It is a bit tight, but it works very well. And it's going to take some time because that is a fresh gasket in there, but at least it moves. These seem to be adjustment points right here for the ceramic detent. So I'm going to take a look at that later. But for now, I'm just going to put this back on because it's pretty late here. I'll put this back on, get my screwdriver, put these Phillips, and now for Tunas, you got to be careful. What you don't want to do is lose a screw, number 1. But number 2, you got to tighten this in a star pattern. And anytime you tighten a Tuna shroud, you want to pull down on it So I'm actually pushing down, and then flip it to the opposite side. Same thing here. And never fully tighten the screws until you get them all, and you check your action on that bezel, because it can change if one side is getting pinched more than the other. Okay. So it's definitely tighter. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust it because I think when I clamp down on this, it's making the bezel action super tight. Yeah. All right, I'll come back to it.